What's up, guys? Joel Hoffman here, coming to you straight from the underground. Underground motivation, lifting people from rock bottom. So got the 10 days of tenacity coming, 10 days of things that I'm going to give you everything that I got, everything that I've learned, everything that I research, everything that's helped me change, help other people that I know have changed. I'm giving it to you to help build your foundation for this year in 2020. We got to have 2020 vision, right? Got to make this shit happen this year. So I want to tell you guys a quick story. About 4 years ago, it was 2016, and on this day 4 years ago is whenever I truly decided to put in the work to change my life. And it's been a long road, but I'm gonna tell you the story. It was New Year's night, and I did what I normally do. I was out getting drunk. I was at the club and started drinking some wild turkey and some really hard liquor. And make a long story short, I woke up the next day and my eye was swole shut. And I didn't really remember a lot what was going on. I just remember I got into it with a bunch of the security guards. They ended up putting me in handcuffs and they beat the crap out of me. And here I was living on one of my buddies, staying on his couch, and had failed my business. Had a food business I was always good at, had failed that a couple times, and I was just looking in the mirror of how beat up I was, and I was hung over like crazy, and I just felt horrible. And it was right then that I decided, like, I'm not gonna keep living like this. Like what the hell are you doing, Joel? Like, you have all this potential, you have all this greatness within you, and you're fucking throwing it away. Like, and it was then that I decided to put in the work. So here's some of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. The three things, I was going to try to break it down, but it's three very important things that are really going to get your ball rolling for this new year. And the first thing that you got to have, guys, that's desire. Okay, you got to have desire. If you don't want this shit, and you don't want to level up, and you don't want to change, and you don't want to get off drugs or stop drinking alcohol or stop being fucking depressed out all the time, or you're tired of dealing with this anxiety that just cripples you sometimes. I've dealt with those things, and you have to have that desire to change. So if you do have that desire, and you got to do the dirty work. You got to do the dirty work. Like, you got to sacrifice. You got to be willing to fail. You got to do whatever it takes to be able to get to your goal. So if you have that desire, then that's the only thing that's really going to get you past the hard shit, is that burning fucking desire. And with that desire, it will help catapult you to do whatever it takes. So next thing is, like, you got to have this imagination. You got to have this vision for what you want to do, like who you want to be. So what I want you guys, whenever you may be doing this right now, sometime today, I need you to get a pen and paper, and I need you to write down what you want to be, what you want to do. You got to have your goals. Like, you hear this over and over again, and it is a treasure map to success. You got to have this goal list, because and who this list is of what you want to become, because this is what's going to help you in the hard times. Trust me, this is what's going to help you also reprogram your subconscious mind. So we'll get into that in a second. So and think about it. Like, everything in this world, from the car I'm sitting in to the planes you see flying in the air, to everything in this world that was invented, it all started in somebody's imagination. So you don't know what greatness that you might have within you with the imagination. So if you use your imagination and sit there and think about who you truly want to be, like, I want you to take this time. Like, if you want a house, like, I want you to think about the way that your floors are going to be, what color the paint's going to be, what kind of furniture you're going to put in it. Like, if you want if you say that you want a girlfriend or a husband or a wife, and you want this spouse, and you're this dream person, like, I want you to think about what they smell like. I want you to think about what kind of music do they like to listen to. I want you to think about and imagine what kind of food they like. I need you to imagine all these small things, because this imagination is what's going to help you, your subconscious mind, get to the next level of reprogramming itself. And it's going to help you have a goal that you can really, really go after. So do this imagination thing, envision, and write it down. Do this shit. This shit's going to help you. So the next thing is like, you got to truly fucking grind with this shit. Like, you can't sit here and say that you want to change, and you're going to have a new 2020, and you're going to do all these things. Like, if you don't put this grind into it that I'm about to tell you about, if you don't do these things, then you're not going to get the same success. And it's going to be 20 times, 100 times, 2,000 times less likely that you're actually going to achieve these goals. So do this. It's reprogramming your mind. So I need you to write these positive affirmations down of things that you want to change or ways that you want to be, whether it's I am happy, or I am composed, or I have control of my emotions, or I'm a millionaire, or anything that's going to help you. Just all these positive things. I'm full of joy. I'm full of light. Just anything. I have a whole list that I read and I change them. You need to write these affirmations down, write several of them down, and you need to repeat them every morning, every night. Like if you can at lunchtime, like if you get a chance, sometimes I just walk around, and if I'm doing like if I'm jogging, or I'm working out, or I'm just sitting there doing something kind of tedious work, like if I'm building a fence or something, I'll just be like, I am happy, I am happy, I am happy. And this literally reprograms your subconscious mind. Like your mind is literally like a fucking supercomputer, okay? It's the baddest they don't make supercomputers. Your mind is so fucking powerful. It sees, your subconscious mind sees things so much vividly, and so many more pixels. Your mind, we obviously, I think we only use like 15% of our mind, they say. So let's tap into that other 85%. The problem is that most of us have been programmed fucked up our whole life through all these bullshit fears, all these things that we believe that we cannot do, that we were taught that we can't do. Most of us grew up poor or middle class, so it's hard for us to believe that we need money, or we can ask for money, because our parents made money such a big deal all our life that it's kind of hard for us to ask for money. So whenever you come from these places, that it gets deep ingrained to your subconscious mind, because you've been there your whole life. So in order to change that, like, you literally have to say these positive affirmations over and over and over again. Like every day I'm telling myself I'm gonna be a millionaire. There's been times that I've screamed it in traffic, like, I am a fucking millionaire. I remember doing that. That's the things I started doing after 2016, because I knew that I had to reprogram my fucked up mind. So do these things, write this list down and say it every morning. I am happy, I'm a millionaire, I'm successful, I am change, I can change, I am a good father, I'm a good husband. I was saying these things when in 2016, I am a good father and I'm a good husband, whenever I was single and I didn't have any kids. I got a baby on the way now. Things are happening. Like, this is powerful stuff, guys. Your subconscious mind works with the universe or God, whatever you think, and it helps make these things a reality. You are what you think. So if you program your mind repetitively over and over and over again, you create these new grooves, these new ways of thinking. That's our problem. We go back to these old ways of thinking because our thoughts work like water that flows in these rivers, and it creates these deep grooves in our brain. So in order to break these grooves, it's like beating down a dam, and you got to hammer it over and over and over again. And let me tell you something, it's not going to happen overnight. It took me 3 years before I finally, of telling myself every day, I do not drink alcohol, do not want alcohol, before I finally stopped drinking. Like, I went to where I started drinking every weekend, or no, instead of every day. Like, but it took me 3 years. Like, it's a long process, but you have to believe that it works, because it's worked for so many other people. So do this shit and believe in it. So like, the next thing is, like, you got to sacrifice some. So like, stop fucking TV. Like, if you don't believe me, like, don't watch the news. It does nothing but program fear into your mind. Trust me. Stop with all the bullshit shows that don't teach you anything. If you're going to watch TV, then watch something educational and motivational. What I did in 2016 is I had started a new job. I was living by myself. I was actually living in an extended stay hotel room, and I literally sat in there with no TV, and I watched motivational videos every fucking day, all day. I listened to them while I walked to work, and that's what I did. And it helped me reprogram my mind. It helped me give me a foundation of something. And I still, to this day, like, I still do it, because I know that it takes a constant reprogramming, because we spent years, our whole life, the wrong way of thinking, with the bad way of programming and bad self-talk. So no TV, sacrifice that shit. Read something for at least 15 minutes every day. I know it sucks. I know you don't want to, but you read your Facebook feed all fucking day. Take something positive, something good. Think and Grow Rich is a great one to start with, and read something for 15 minutes. Read something positive or educational, or that's going to help you make money for 15 minutes at least every day. Work out and stretch. This is a big one, guys. Like whenever if you're coming off drugs or you're trying to reprogram yourself, like or coming off alcohol and trying to reprogram your mind, like your dopamine levels are going to be low. And whenever you work out and you exercise, your dopamine levels are going to rise. Okay. And you have to have that dopamine in order to feel good. So you need to work out and stretch and do this shit for at least 30 minutes. If you can give it more time, great. But at least 30 fucking minutes every day for the next 10 days. And I promise you, once you do this 10 days shit and you do this shit every day for 10 days, and I'm going to go on with more things for the next 10 days, like you're going to feel better. You're going to feel good enough to extend this for the whole year, hopefully the rest of your life. So that 30 minutes every day, workout, stretching. And what I want you to do, this is a big one, guys. This is a big one, and you're not going to want to do this. I want you to give extreme effort. I mean, extreme effort at everything you do for the next 10 days. Because at this 10 days, I want you to look back and we're going to see your results and we're going to see what's going on at the end of this 10 days. But for 10 fucking days, I want you to not complain. I want you to do everything you can at your job. I'm talking about if you're not the janitor and you see some trash on the floor, I want you to clean it up. Everything you can to be the best that you can absolutely be and bring the most value to whatever you're doing for the next 10 fucking days. I'm doing this too, guys. I want to level up, and these are the things that you have to do. Like I've been practicing this shit and I've been researching this shit since 2016, man. And I've had some great mentors and some really great coaches, and it's been a wild ride, and I've had some ups and downs. But I can promise you, if you do these things, you read these affirmations, you work out, and you exercise, you stretch, you read, you lay off the complaining. I'm gonna go into that tomorrow, but and then most importantly, give extreme effort in everything you do. I promise you, today, whenever you find yourself slacking off, give extreme effort. I want you, I know a lot of you guys are going to go to the gym and stuff today. A lot of people are doing that, but I want you in everything you do to give extreme effort today, tomorrow, and for the next 10 days. And I promise you, you guys' life are going to change. I want you to give extreme effort into saying no to the shit that you want, whether it be bad food or drugs or alcohol, or giving into depression or giving into anger. I want you to say no and fight against that. That's part of the extreme effort, okay? Let's give extreme effort. I got some fire coming for you guys for the next 9 days. Today is the first day of this year, the first day of the rest of your life. Do these things, write down your goals, write down your fucking affirmations, take the time to read them when you first wake up, whenever you go to sleep, and as much as you can throughout the day. Take this time, guys. It only takes what? I'm asking you for an hour for the next 10 days, and you're going to see results. I promise you. We'll gauge the results at the end of that. You guys have a fucking great day. Let's put in that extreme effort and go fucking make it happen. 2020 is the year for you. You are fucking blessed. You can make this happen, and it's all up to you to put in the work. Let's go do it.